What up, what up? It's your boy Nef Bezos, Jerseys Newest O.G, on the platform where we have uncommon conversations on 1 and 9 airwave radio. And today I got one of my favorite engineers out of East Orange, New Jersey, Brees Da Producer. What up, though?
What's up, OG?
The one of the most important things of today, this interview, is today is your birthday.
Yeah. Scottie Pippen Day. I'm 33.
Yeah. Happy rotation around the world there.
Appreciate that, man.
That's dope. That's why I'm glad we was able to get you today too.
Yeah.
And the actual, and it's ironic because of the whole significance of the day to other people.
Yeah.
But listen, we have uncommon conversations here. Yeah, there's some people that might get bigged up today, but we in Jersey. We bigging up our own.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I'm saying? It's just no disrespect, but this is what needs to be done more. And with that being said, right, I want to ask you a question. I want to go right into this because I'm personally, and it's not just me, but I'm keeping it on the eye. Who, in your opinion, is the new Jersey? Because I'm tired of every time when they be like, yo, well, y'all got such and such, and y'all got such and such. Yeah. And some of these people ain't even active no more as far as in that scene, that arena. They ain't even trying to reach down and help nobody. And they might be doing it in other ways, because I know when your money long, you can, your hand, you know what I'm saying? Your hand become invisible.
Yeah.
But in the aspect of music, it's a lot of people that came, did their thing, and they're not really doing nothing as far as giving back. But as far as trying to put somebody else on. But who is the new Jersey that you would want people to look for?
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think you could call one particular person the new Jersey.
No, not one. No, I was saying I mean just like people, like artists.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot of people, but we could go. It just depends on your flavor at that point.
Nah, I'm asking from the aspect of even just in general, because this just might be who you rock with. They might just be in your playlist, but I might not know about them.
I think it's too many people to name, because the talent in New Jersey is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like who into this, they really into it. You know what I mean? Like it's like
you can hear it
from the aspect of an engineer. Like I see the grind and the hustle firsthand before anybody else. Like you can listen to their bars or anything. That's why I don't judge the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, because at the end of the day, it's like a therapy session and shit like that. So
yeah, I hear that a lot.
I can't really say that like you ain't gonna know the new Jersey, whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever you want to call it, until like they come looking for this sound, whatever this is, whatever we got going on. Until the people come looking for that, like everybody else, like we just grinding and hustling and trying to get it out the mud right now. You know what I mean? Because it's crazy. The talent here is like, there's no limit to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people who could rap, it's people who could sing, it's people who could make beats, engineer, do everything. You know what I'm saying? But the world don't accept it yet.
And then it's like you speaking from that aspect of an engineer, so you done probably
personal,
heard
man.
so much different genres where you probably was like, this ain't really my cup of tea, but this is actually
but it's
dope.
Fire. Like,
shit
that I can hear in Walmart. I can hear in Target. Shit that could have been on American Pie just in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Stay tuned too, because I got somebody for that too.
Yeah.
That play the guitar.
Oh, all right.
And he want to get with me on trying to get with some artists, and we starting something like probably bring him here, and they he do the guitar and they just rock with him. Like that type of thing.
You know, I'm a guitar player, right?
Oh, shit.
I'll just let you get that out. But that's what got me into music. I was 10 years old. I went to school for music, and I played the guitar. I started off on the acoustic, and then I went to the bass. It was history after that. I played in churches.
Oh yeah, you really take your time. You really take your time and listen when you be. I can see now that you just said that. Right? Yeah, like I seen you in action, so I see how attentive he is when he's mixing and mastering. No lie.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that. I didn't even know that aspect. You know what I'm saying? So to know that now, it's like you can read music too.
Yeah.
That's a whole different.
I was in a band. I was in a jazz band and everything.
See, man, you gotta come over to Hat City with Music Prince, where we trying to get something together too. We working on putting something together. Me and Solo over there, bro, right here, because it's a live band over there. That's you know what I'm saying. So you can just come and just feel the vibe out of it. Probably come and just fuck with them and just probably play.
Probably run through something right quick. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, that was.
I know I'm rusty though, cause I ain't played in over a decade, but it's like riding a bike. Like it's like muscle memory, especially for me, cause I was like the only bass guitar player, so I had to do all the bass guitar playing.
And then he's a big young boy with this deep ass voice. You know what I'm saying? Look, he talking about some. Look, you heard the intro he was talking about earlier. Nah, but that's dope though. That definitely tells me how meticulous you are now. That explains it when you be mixing and mastering, and I can actually hear it, because as long as I've been going to the studio, even with a quick mix, like listen, just take your time and do it. You ain't got to rush, do mix and master. Just let me get something to just ride around and just listen to. That sound a whole lot better than some people that I've actually had mix and master just in my travels.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate that.
And that's dope as hell. Like,
I mean, fat shouts to my stepfather for that, man, because it was like foot on ass. Like he had his foot on our ass for everything. You couldn't just come hang out there, and it ended up being like our family quote unquote hangout spot. But you wasn't just hanging out. Everybody had a job to do. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come in, if it's junky, clean up, nigga.
Structure. You know, it had structure.
And it never was that we were scared of them. It was like a level of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like we not even gonna play with you like that. You doing all this, busting these moves, you feeding everybody around this motherfucker. You gotta come into a dirty studio. Like, nah, it was just etiquette that he inflicted into us. So that's why I conduct myself how I do when I'm in the studio and shit like that. Like everything is from him. Literally everything.
That's dope. That's dope. Just even speaking on just outside of just what you learned from the music, just like you said, the etiquette, the respect, and that structure. That a lot of people is afraid of structure, like how you just said that y'all wasn't afraid of them, but I personally know that structure is feared for some reason, like especially nowadays, structure is feared.
Yeah.
And even down to the street aspect. Like I seen I was actually watching a podcast one day, and the dude was talking about what they believe was the disconnect between my era that was in the street opposed to the youth that's out there now. You know what I'm saying? And and he was saying it's the respect and the structure. Like, and I thought about that shit when he said it. I was like, damn, that do make a lot of sense, but it's from both ends, because you got a lot of people that's supposed to be the OGs that thinking they could just step back in and think, this is what's about to happen, and this don't happen, heads gonna roll. And they like, well, when you was doing whatever you was doing, we was out here putting this structure together, and you not just gonna come kick this over.
I think from the aspect, I was born in 1990, like flat 1990. So I feel like I got a portion.
Yeah, you in the middle.
Both. Yeah, you feel me? Like I wasn't a product of the 80s and all that, but I got to see that from my older brothers and them from their generation and stuff like that. Like, but I grew up in my generation, you know what I'm saying? I think the difference between the older generation and the younger generation is back then it was more about discipline.
Yeah.
Now it's more about rebellion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
It's how much you gonna go against the rules now. You feel me? That's why so much crazy stuff happens.
And a lot of people think that shit makes them an individual. Nah,
Yeah.
sometimes going with the flow. Even me, I had to learn that too. Like sometimes going with the flow, you know, it doesn't diminish your individuality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to go with the flow because what you want to bring might not be able to fit in that equation at that moment. You know what I'm saying? You might, and then it might be some stuff that you got to learn first before you can. Really, it ain't no might. It's some stuff a lot of people gonna have to learn first before they can like move on their own accord.
Yeah.
And that's what it be. So that's why a lot of times just it's all right to go with the flow. You learn some things if you pay attention.
Yeah, definitely. But that's all up to you though.
Yeah.
That's what make us individuals, what you pick up on, how you move and everything like that. Cause you could give us the same information as how I'm gonna take it. That's gonna make me who I am. Versus how you gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? So.
That's why I said it's a difference between enlightening and inciting. Like sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember I was in a program.
That just fucked me up.
Like,
that's true though.
Like, yeah, think about it. I remember I was in a program and it was like I was rebellious. And I'm like, why? Because I'm asking y'all shit that y'all don't want to answer. That y'all know, like, you know what I'm saying? But what I realized at the time, like the way it was, like I was, because I was still kind of like on some street shit, and it was like I knew if I moved, the homies was on some we gonna move shit too, and it was just like I was kind of on bullshit time, and I didn't even realize it until it was broken down to me. Like, listen, it's a difference between enlightening and inciting. If you trying to enlighten the people with some information, that's different. You trying to give them some information that can help them. When you trying to incite them, you trying to get them riled up, and they gonna start wanting to tear shit up. Nah, and it's like, damn, I ain't even think about it like that.
Yeah.
And that's how I was coming across with some shit like before. And then I had to fine tune that and brush that up.
Yeah. Whereas I think sometimes that's all we gotta do. Like I like to call it like jumping outside your body. You gotta just jump outside your body and look at it from a different perspective. Sometimes, even when it's situations like with your girl, shit like that, you feel me? Like you just gotta jump outside your body, look at it from a different aspect. Like sometimes you might be wrong. Like you'll get a good outlook on the situation if you're not looking at it from your own perspective. Sometimes
I definitely agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially dealing with women.
Yeah,
especially dealing with women.
But we man, that come with it. You know what I'm saying? So that come with it. Ain't nothing too crazy though.
Nah. It can be. It can be, but like you said, it's how you deal with it.
Because it can be if you don't jump outside your body. You gotta jump outside right quick. Joker don't jump outside his body. He wanna stay inside. Now you in the house trying to do Ken Shamrock moves on her and all that. Now you in the county. Go sit down for 9 months. ODV, get out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
gotta jump outside.
Man,
right
listen, that's a whole scary topic right there. The matter of fact, that leads to what we was talking about in the car, because you was like, nah, we're gonna go ahead and just talk about it on air, right? So, so we saw a post, and the post, it was a dude. He was handling this dude. He was handling. I'm talking about like there was no win for him, no win.
He socked him out.
Like, there was no win. Like, you can tell every time, and he was timing this shit so precise that he knew when he connect, you gonna be like, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, stars, nigga. And that's when I'm gonna talk to you. As soon as you recover, boop, I'm gonna put you back there.
Every time.
I'm like, damn, bro, that shit was crazy. But it came, allegedly, according to the post, because I didn't really read it, but I read a little bit of it and I listened to a little bit of it. All I heard was, you put your hands on my mama. And we was talking in the car, like, usually in those type of situations, you know, just certain women in the family, they could be dead wrong. Like he said, you already guilty when we coming. And it depends on how you how you respond when we get there, which may determine if you might be getting handled and or how bad you might be getting.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and we was just talking about that, and it's like he was just like thinking about it, like if baby girl, your daughter come home crying, daddy. Man, listen.
We said that we asked the why, or we asked the what happened, just to determine the severity of the discipline that will be inflicted upon.
That's real shit.
Yo, for real, because it's gonna happen. We just letting you know, like
you already
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, but
even in the crazy part, even if you strap, well, guess what? You gonna have to show me you really pulling that trigger, nigga. Because today, I feel bulletproof. You know what I'm saying? And we was like, and it's crazy because unless it's a situation for a fact, we know how the individual are. We might be coming just so it don't get too far out of hand. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on that type of time too, because I may show up so it don't go no further. Not because I'm cowering out, but because I know you started this shit and I'm not trying to get jammed up behind your bullshit. So let me go see if I can speak to this man or whoever and we can resolve this. Like, look, it ain't gonna be nothing coming back from this side. Like, as much as sometimes it's you know what I'm saying? Because there's some situations where females put niggas in a situation where it's like we still can't stand up because we wrong, because the nigga we might be going up against might just be much of a man as we are, and now that shit is a whole shit show. And he might really got some hitters on his side, and they got hitters on their side now, all behind your bullshit. It's a whole war started. And some real good people might be getting knocked off. So, like, even in that aspect, I'm with that too, like, you know, coming like hands up, like peaceful, like, listen, bro, this shit end right here. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's like, yo, let's just, me and you, we just gonna go in the back. We gonna shoot this fade, and we gonna leave it right there, because I had to do that because that's still my family. But I don't need no war, and I don't want no war. You know what I'm saying? Because that type of shit, it can get real. It can get real like that.
yeah. But you got a lot of females in the world that they don't think that far.
Nah, they don't.
You know what I'm saying? They'll slice a Heineken bottle in half and try to stab a joker in the club or something. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, and now he retaliate.
And they acting like
he duck and dodge it right quick.
he wilding now.
He soccer one time, boop. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, she gonna call her cousins, her brothers, and that was my argument in the car. Like, the why really is only like gonna depict how bad.
It's just rhetorical.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's just rhetorical. I'm just saying it because I have to.
Yeah.
Like, it's like saying hi.
Like,
hello.
The why, but the why might even bring it to a point where it just ends in a conversation, because you like, yo, why that happened? And she tell you like, oh nah, he looked at me wrong, so I sprayed him with mace and he swung at me and missed, or something like that. You feel me? Like, you would take that better than she was just walking down the street and the joker just ran up on her, tried to talk to her, she denied it, and he, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you, bitch. Try to spit on her. Now she got to call Ray and J Blood. And they ain't coming to do too much talking. You know what I'm saying?
And that's and niggas, and them be the ones niggas know that if they coming, bro, they ain't coming to talk to you.
Word up.
They ain't coming to talk to you. But see, that too though. Cause now, what if it's a motherfucker that got people like that in their family? Sometimes it be females like that. Dudes be wanting, I don't, because the niggas in her family, bro. Like, I ain't beat. And you know how women can get, and I ain't, nah. That's some reason why some dudes used to, like, when I was coming up, niggas used to be like, man, they ain't want niggas messing with their sisters. Or, like, really no female in their family. Like, nah, bro, if you're not going to take her serious, nah, bro. Because you already know if you do something wrong, nigga,
that's gonna jeopardize what we got going on, man.
That's nah, hell no.
I feel what you saying with that, but with me, when it come down to the females in my family, I'm not gonna hold you. Like,
I don't care no more.
The older females in my family are the real pimps. So, like, that's what I came up seeing. I swear, man. they the real ones. Like, you know what I'm saying? The younger men, my generation, probably a little older and definitely younger, we emulating what we seen the females do. Like, they got more game than basketball. Word up.
So I guess, you would be considered a millennial.
Yeah.
So and
like, I don't really know how that go, but I remember
it was like, mostly like
something about it.
like the 90s and in between the 90s and 2000s, because I was born in 80, so they was like the 80, 90s is like, we like what they call Generation X.
Yeah, and
I
then
think that's what they call
something,
it, right?
Generation Z. I don't know nothing about none of that, man. I be moving too much.
You said, and it's funny because I named my two my two sons, my two youngest sons' names start with Z's.
Oh yeah, my daughter name start with a Z.
That's crazy. When he said it, I'm like, oh damn, I didn't even think about that. But so let's get back on the music. So it's always been like this talk about Jersey, and Jersey being held back. Do you think that's still going on now?
Yeah, hell yeah. I don't think it's purposely though. Like at this point, like where we at now, like, cause you got a lot of people who paying homage to the New Jersey sound and shit like that within they music and they sound and all that. Like they paying the proper homage where I feel like they showing the right love and shit like that. But at the end of the day, it's still nobody coming to New Jersey to check for the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was talking about.
It's like they come to check for the sound, but not the artist.
Yeah, you feel me? Like, once people start coming to check for the artist, like for the real, you know what I'm saying? The New Jersey wave and all that, like, that's when it's gonna go to a different plateau. People can show love all they want, but that shit ain't gonna pay the bills. Feel me?
That shit literally had been going on for years. I remember watching Video Music Box and
Channel 96.
Bro, like it was 13, 25, and I think 31 for me. And I was like, shit, we talking about back in like 93. I think that shit was on like 30, 25 or some shit like that. But then when I was in Northern, we had TVs in Northern State. And like, well, there was a few of the prisons that had them, but I was in Northern State, and I think that shit was on like 31, whatever the shit. But I remember Ralph McDaniels even saying, like, he was talking to an artist, and they had just got finished performing. The crowd was, the crowd was hyped up, and they was, like as he was, talking to him, people passing by like, yo, good performance, stuff like that to the artist. So, and soon as he finally was able to get their attention fully, where they can kind of, give him quick little interview, and they said they was from Jersey, it was just like, it was almost like you could see his whole body like lock up, like,
yeah,
like damn, like, this a waste of interview. Almost like this a waste of interview. They ain't going nowhere. Mm-hmm. But he actually acknowledged that it was difficult for Jersey artists, and it's like. I've noticed that shit a lot too, where it's like you said, they'll come here for the sound but not the artist. So it's certain songs that I've heard where I'm like, that's the Jersey sound. That's a whole, like Beyonce shit that run the world. And it pissed me off because it's like, if a female artist from Jersey would have done that song, they wouldn't have took to it like that. But I do get because it was Beyonce, but I do believe if a female artist from Jersey would have done it, they wouldn't have took to it like that.
A female artist from Jersey probably fucking around wrote that shit. We just don't know it yet.
And that could
gotta find out who wrote that shit.
Yeah, like that's possible. Word. Because let's keep it funky. It could have been. Let's keep it funky. It could have been the Queen for all we know, because she done wrote some shit like that. That had the shit shaking. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it like Jersey always had a strong ties with like house music. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, and it's like all they want to equate us when it's like they just think of the club when they think of us. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not other genres that's here, and that's what. And it's like it's not given a shot, and it just seemed like they scared, like for real. Like it seemed like they're literally scared.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. Or, but it's a lot that play in effect with that, man. Because at the end of the day, we still got to work together. Like, you got jokers trying to come up off of dissing each other just because he hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, no real beef, no real street issues, nothing. It's just because he buzzing right now. I'm going to diss him, even though he from 2 cities over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of that go on.
He want to do a feature with me.
Yeah, shit like that. Or he charged me because he really lit and moving out here. And he told me $200 for a feature, and I got mad. So now I'm calling him a op. It's a lot of that go on that got to stop and shit. Like, I think that should be in the way, definitely, because it get in the way of the progress.
Yeah.
And most of the people that be beefing, from my perspective, if the people that be beefing did songs with each other, like, them shits would be fire.
Crazy. You know, it's crazy that you said that because I always felt like that about. That's why, like me personally, I hated the Gucci Mane and Jeezy beef.
Oh no, I didn't. I loved it.
The only reason why I say that because I was a fan of both. But you know, we both said we both liked Gucci Mane, but I believe had they not been beefing, that they'd have had shit on smash.
Yeah, but
that's just my opinion.
I picked a side and I ran with it.
I ain't mad at you though.
Just like Hov and Nas.
Yeah, I chose a side on that. I ain't even gonna lie. I mean, even with the Gucci and Jeezy shit, I chose a side too. And I ain't even gonna I chose a side, but I do believe, you know, musically I chose a side, you know, as far as like, but I still rocked with both of them. Like, ain't no, you know what I'm saying? But I do, in my opinion, I believe them two would have made good music together. Yeah, I believe
definitely
if Ross and Jeezy, the little shit that they had going, because Ross was like, it was crazy because they both was running at the same time.
Well, that a lot of times I think that be like, you know what I'm saying,
engineered
like
in the back.
Not from like the business aspect, like they set that up to be like that.
Yeah,
that's like you got Triple H and The Rock. They can't be friends, like, you know what I'm saying? That's bad for business. Like, ain't nobody gonna watch WrestleMania. But you gotta build up for them to fight each other, like.
And it's crazy that you said that because it's like that's the same formula for the female artists.
Yeah,
but people act like they don't understand that.
Definitely.
Like it's always been like that. It's like it's never been no room. Where have you seen two queens? You know what I'm saying? Like, where have you actually seen? Where have you seen two queens? Besides on the chessboard.
See, like, if you talking just hip hop, then that's gonna be a little difficult. It's gonna be slim, but you could pull whoever you gonna put as the queen right there at the time, Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim, whatever, but Miss Lauren has to be a runner-up or something right there with them. So I think that it'll be whatever your taste is.
She has a title.
Yeah. It's whatever your taste is and whatever you coming from too.
Yeah.
Cause she definitely was one of them. But Lil' Kim held it down. She definitely had that whole everyone smash.
Like, all right, now being as though, what's your take on drill?
Me personally, I don't really listen to drill in my headphones and shit like that. But I don't knock it though. I could record it all day. I could sit through it all day. I could literally listen to it all day. But like by choice, like I like pop music and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I be into a lot of different other shit. But I don't knock the drill scene at all.
All right, so real quick, you said that it's like a form of therapy.
Yeah.
And I believe a lot of the sessions, recording sessions can be that. But what about the ones where it's like, I know you didn't live this. I know you probably ain't even seen this type of shit, so I don't see how this is therapy for a person like that.
Yeah, even with that, like, you kind of could smell it on a person but that's not my place to judge. But even with that, I look at that like it's still a form of therapy to me because they're expressing themselves. So maybe they just saying, yo, I want to be this. You know what I'm saying? Like it really don't. I take myself out of that aspect to judge them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just look at it from that aspect. Like maybe it's them just saying like they storytelling. Every story is not true. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they just you know what I mean?
See, for me though, I respect where you coming from, and that was very well put. You know, my opinion. But also I look at the aspect of even without that, I still see where it can head though. You know what I'm saying? Because like a lot of I guess because I'm older, so you know my perspective on it is a little different when I see a young boy in the studio that's young enough to be my child, and they're making a song with the intentions of some type of response that could be detrimental.
Yeah.
And that's where I looked at the aspect of it, because like I just was in the studio and seen some young boys, and like they had a nice vibe. And I like the fact that they was in there, they wasn't in the street, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like, I know that they really want people to hear this. And it's people, and they, you know, they're so-called ops that they hear this, oh, this motherfucker diss me. Whereas when I catch that nigga now, they're in school lining up their wars, you know what I'm saying? They little shit that's about to happen, they fades and everything. They, you know what I mean? Or we gonna catch this nigga slipping by the lock, or we know he walk home with this girl and type of shit. So it's like, I ain't saying it didn't happen when I was going to school, but it's like, it's crazy because it's like, to me, those songs, it's like it brings unwanted attention, and they don't realize how detrimental it could be, because you always got one out of that crowd that one is really like that, and that one ain't coming to just punch on you. He want the rep. He already know what type of rep he can get, and he don't give a fuck. He on some Lil Wayne shit. I'm 24, but in his head, I'm 14.
Yeah.
You 18.
But
I can kill you and come home at 24, and they gonna respect the shit out of me.
I think what you said, everything that you said is true, right? But it's just one little part of that I disagree with, and that's why I'm so laxed on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When you said that, fucking, damn.
The unwanted energy.
Yeah, you said unwanted. You said they putting out unwanted energy is going to turn into unwanted. It's not unwanted.
I get what you mean, like that aspect, but
you call an engineer, you book studio time, you sit down, you write these lyrics, and you rap it on a microphone. You sit there and watch him mix it. You give him your opinions on the mix and everything. You hear this song about 100 times before it get dropped. That's wanted attention. You wanted that. Whatever comes from that, you wanted that. Now, I don't.
Yeah, I think maybe. I get what you're saying. I think maybe I could have used like a better word. Yeah.
I don't knock them for it, because at the end of the day, some people really live this life like that's all they know. That's all they into. You know
but I'm speaking. Yeah, when I look
at
it,
for the joker who not into that and you doing that, you gotta look at it from the same aspect. Like, you wanted that. That's what you was asking for.
Wanted that. You asked for that spanking.
You could have went in the studio and praised God. But you went ahead and said, fuck this dude, that's why he died, that's why this, that, and the third happened. You know what I'm saying? And then you think you're going to just walk to the store and buy a T-shirt.
What would you consider a fun fact about you?
A fun fact about me is I'm really a dork. I'm a big geek. I'm 6'5", I'm 280 pounds, and I'm a dork. Like, I've always been this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a product of my environment at the same time. So when you see me, you might not see, like, the type of person that I really am, you know what I'm saying? Just because I conduct myself, like, you know. But I'm a geek in the aspect of, like, I guess how I define a geek is just somebody who's, like, heavily into something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, like, when a geek don't mean tight khaki pants and suspenders to me.
What would you consider an example of something you might think is dorky?
I be looking up people who do like van life and shit like that, living like container houses, and like I be into. That's what I mean. Like I'm a little That's my dork kink right there.
I think that's explorative, honestly.
Yeah.
Me and like that's me personally. That's how I would see it. That's why I ask, because you know what? Sometimes everybody's perspective of, it's like if we sat the number 9 right here, and we spent it where it looked like it's a 6 to you, but we spent it the other way, now it's a 9 to you. Either way you look at it, you might be like, bro, that's a 9. I'm like, no, it's a 6.
Yeah.
We from two different perspectives, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's why I asked that, because I don't know your definition, like when you say quirky, like how you mean it, but it's like, because normally people would kind of equate quirky with being corny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
when you think about it, look, just sit back and think about it. I just be watching fish and shit all day, like, and a nigga cooking burgers in the back of his van, like that's kind of.
It may not be, but see, that's what I'm saying. I ain't saying it like not corny. It's like, that's why I say it, to me. It depends on the perspective.
Yeah.
That shit is like, think about it. If you doing it and you ain't the only one watching it, so how you found it? Because other people eventually start watching it, and is audience broadened to the point that it's exposure broadening. So now it was more people tapping in. So that ain't some corny. You know what I'm saying? It ain't corny.
Yeah.
Because obviously somebody finds it interesting. You know what I'm saying? But
I definitely do.
That's definitely different.
But that's just how I define it. Like when like my shorty asked me like, "What you doing?" I be like, "I'm watching my corny shit on YouTube." She know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, because to her, she might not be like, yeah,
you feel me?
I don't want to watch that shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that shit corny. Like, what are you watching right now? Like,
that's like shit. I think certain shows that people watch is just corny to me. Like, I just don't see how grown people watch certain shit.
Like what? Because I might be guilty. I'm not going to hold you. We got to get this out the way right now.
Jerry, Maury, Steve Wilco, shit like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold you. I was in the audience on Maury one time, but a fan of it. I never really been a fan of Maury. I feel like he's a culture vulture. Jerry Springer. Like, I seen some ad where he popped over some Hennessy. And he drunk the Hennessy. Like, come on, bro. Like, you might as well just say the N-word, bro. Just say it, bro.
Listen,
you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be that mad.
Do you believe money allows you to be able to break the law in certain disrespect? And I say that because you said he might as well say the N-word. Yeah. Do you think at this point, if Jerry Springer used the N-word, that people would even really care that much to even address it?
Yeah, because that's the hot thing to do now. Somebody going to feel like that's a way for them to get on. So that's inevitable. That's going to happen. But do I think that it's going to shock the people enough to
really want to, like, bro, we ain't fucking with Jerry no more?
That's not going to happen, because you're going to have the mass majority of the people looking at like, hee hee ha ha, that's Jerry. That's only Jerry Springer. Hee hee ha ha, that's only Maury. Yo, when I seen Maury pop that Hennessy bottle open, yo, my blood boiled. I swear to God, my blood boiled. Bro, what are you going for? Like, why Hennessy?
Know what it is, man.
But you know,
I know what it is.
Don't get me wrong, and even that, don't get me wrong. Now, being as though you said that, but I kind of felt like that with the Corona shit with Snoop, like. And I get it, like, but it was just like Snoop, for real.
Snoop, that uncle that just do mad random shit. So
you still gonna love him regardless.
Yeah,
like, what the fuck was that?
He fucking with Martha Stewart. Then you gonna see
that was understandable. That was a little different.
Dancing with the stuff. He gonna be doing mad different shit. But I feel where you coming from with that. Definitely. But
it's like, I respect it, but it's like, come on, like, damn, like, you just everything. Coronas now. You know, when you come to the cookout, you ain't bringing that shit. You know you're not bringing that shit. Like, come on.
What's your beer drink?
I don't even drink beer. I don't even drink. That's what I'm saying. Like, Coronas only reason why, because that was the only beer I can tolerate.
Yeah.
Like, if we was like, if like in the strip club when they used to be really, really pressing about the 2-drink thing, and I'm not really a big drinker. Now, like, if we used to go out or something, you like, bro, what you drinking? Yo, let me get a Casamigo and such and such, or let me get a Ciroc and such. I get that, you know what I'm saying? But I like they was like, yo, you want some drink? I was like, man, let me get a Smirnoff Ice. If they ain't had that Smirnoff Ice, then I'm like, fuck, give me this nasty ass Corona.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not a beer drinker. If I'm a really drink, I'm a drink liquor. But most of the time when I go out, like when I was going out then, I wasn't going out with the intentions of trying to have a good time like that. So I ain't even trying to be caught slipping because out of 9 times out of 10, I got one on me, one in the car. I'm in here trying to do some other shit.
Yeah, I feel
So I wasn't really trying to drink like that. Yeah. And even now, like even if when I go out, I'm going out to perform, observe the scene. I might just have 1 or 2 drinks. Mostly, you know what I mean? That's it. I'm not in the house. Of course, that's a whole different story. I might get some shit and down that whole shit and bug out and you know what I'm saying, in the house. But just I ain't with that though. I ain't just with drinking like that out in public like that. Never was.
Like you never was really like a drinker.
I was. Not really, no. Nah, I drank when we went out.
Yeah.
And I had an episode where I got real drunk and I embarrassed myself. And I was just like, I ain't never drinking like that no more.
Yeah, completely understandable. Totally.
And mind you, when I was drinking like that, that's when Lil Jon and them was out. So the whole in the club wild and shit was real. Yeah, I was, yeah.
He was getting
And then
crunk.
mind you, I'm originally from, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I'm originally from Mississippi. So the shit that they do to this music ain't nothing new to me. It was to the niggas up here. So it's like, I ain't even trying to get into it. Y'all niggas fucking around trying to shoot me over enjoying this shit. Y'all don't really know what crunk is. Like that gangster walk and all that shit. Yeah. Like I've been in Memphis where they was doing that where the wrong motion, all you see is the back of the shirt.
Yeah, I heard
they just snatching you up out of there. One of
my mans lived out there. He said like depending on the way that you dance, they'll know like it's like a crip in the blood walk. Like they'll know
if you trying to initiate some bullshit.
From how you dance, and that shit cracked me up because I be thinking about Duke Deuce, like how you I don't know, man. Ain't no shade towards them, but that just it's different than what we used to.
That shit was fun out there though. I ain't even gonna tell no lie. It was fun. I was in Memphis. I was like, what was it? I was in Whitehaven. And like over there near like where Elvis Presley house and all of that shit was, I don't remember too much exactly like that, but it was like in that area. You know what I'm saying? I used to always go to Bill Street and just chill. They used to have a lot going on Bill Street. Bill Street was dope.
I've been to Nashville before, but like we just drove through there. I was on a rig on the 18-wheeler.
Yeah. We
left from Irvington. We went down to McAllen, Texas, but we stopped through like mad states down. Like on our way down there and shit like that. But I never got to see Memphis. I seen like a gas station in Nashville. Like that was it. That was as close as I ever came.
I remember I didn't even realize I was watching Gangland one day, right? And I'm watching Gangland and the shit was just like, you know how you do like Memphis. Yeah. Then so I'm just like, let me watch this because you know what I'm saying. I'm like I've been out there. And fucked around, the area they was showing was where I used to be at. Like, I'm like, oh, shit. I didn't know I didn't know them. And, like, I was oblivious to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was that bad. Yeah, but
that's like First 48? That's what you seen it on?
Nah, it was Gangland. But, nah, Gangland was, that shit where they show you what was going on in every state. But so, the funny thing was, this is when they had the chat line. So, I'm hollering at chicks off the chat line. And
I used to be on there.
Yo.
You've got the New Jersey Raven.
This shit. Bro, that shit was wild, yo. I was disrespectful on the chat line, though. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Like, you know how they be saying don't date women with kids? Like, bro, I went to one chick house and I seen some kids, bro. I literally walked back out. She was like, yo, you disrespectful. She tell me like, man, I ignored that shit and kept it moving. Went and found something else, and then fucked around and just ran. And so it didn't even count to me because the chick that I ended up running into and getting it in with,
she had kids too.
She's from Jersey, so it was like to me it didn't count. Like, You not from Memphis. Like, you don't even live out here. You came out here on some shit like I came out here, so it didn't count to me. It did, but it didn't. Like, I wanted some Memphis fun.
Yeah.
Word up. But so as far as to get back to the music thing, right? Are there like some artists, like who are like your top 5 artists?
Ever,
And just period. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I do understand there's a difference. Like, well, you might, for different reasons, these are your top 5 forever, but then you got like, these is just my niggas, like or whatever. Like,
oh nah, you got to earn that. Ain't no you my nigga say you in my top 5. You got to earn that. You gotta put some work in, baby. I think my top 5 probably no particular order. You want me to go in order or no particular order?
Nah. Just let, like, when you give it, just let us know. You can let us know where they at, where you rank them, and how and why.
See, like I could do that word, but I got different people in my top 5 for different reasons.
That's what I'm saying. But see, that's what I'm saying.
You feel me? So, that's why I don't want to say like 5 to 1, cause.
All right, so how about this? You just let us know what artists you fuck with. Ain't no
My top
limit.
5, yeah, my top 5. I got a top 5. I think definitely Tretch.
Okay.
Number 1. He gonna be number 1 because he a trendsetter. He started a whole wave that a lot of people don't even realize that he started, and I don't think he get the recognition for it. You feel me? Drake definitely, because he was a trendsetter also.
Mm-hmm.
And not because of lyrics or nothing like that. I'm just going off of just what they did, they impact. Chief Keef.
Understandable.
Definitely Chief Keef.
Definitely understandable.
Kanye West. And one more, the last one, man. If you know me, you know who this is, man. I ain't got to talk no more after this, man. December 4th. Hove, the greatest person to ever step foot in the vocal booth, man. He dismantled somebody's career, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? And I just ride heavy on that. That's what I always go with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So outside of that,
That's my top 5 influential. I don't think I got a top 5 on like lyricists and shit like that. Cause like I said, I took the whole judgment of the song out. Like, I don't judge music for.
yeah.
Like, I'll never call a song ass. Like, you feel me? Like, that's just what he into. That's what he do. Somebody gonna like that. There's no such thing as a booty beat. You feel me? Somebody gonna like that. Yeah. It's just not for you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna like that shit.
But I believe, I agree with what you're saying. And it's like, I'm on the line with that because there are some things where it's just like, that's just not my cup of tea. And I get it. But then there's just some shit is just, no, that shit is just ass. That's where I believe the problem with a lot of the music is. And I'm going to say this because you're here. More than likely, a few people going to hear me say this. As far as with the Jersey scene, I think a lot of artists' image and music don't match. I think I said that to you in the studio before.
Yeah, word. But that just comes down to how they being guided. You feel me? A lot of people misguided. A lot of people don't even have guidance. It's just them and they homies coming up with a couple dollars every couple days to come rap.
But then a lot of them don't want no artist development. Really, that's what you're speaking of.
Yeah.
But then some don't want that.
But I think before, but like we got, it got to be something set in place for like the people in Jersey. Like, you think about people who pop, because there's a lot of people that pop from Jersey. You feel me? You think about the people that pop from Jersey, they all had a solid, from what I know, from who I know, they all had a solid like team around them.
Yeah.
Feel me? Like, they had people doing shit for them. They had people getting them on the right track. If they was young, niggas made sure they was in school, shit like that. I seen people get checked for disrespecting their parents. Like,
Structure.
you know what I'm saying? Like, by their managers, though. Like, I seen managers, the parents right there. Like, it wasn't like they was on the phone. Like, I seen jokers talking crazy to their mother and father, and the manager stepped in like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, so if you don't got shit like that around you, it's going to be easy to fall. You know what I mean?
Yo, it's like when every time I hear, like, comments like that, it makes me grateful for the type of man that I've grown to become, because I'm that type of person. Like, I'm that individual that the kids love, but at sometimes it's like, fuck, here comes Uncle Nef. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, we ain't gonna be able to just sit up under dad while he, you know what I'm saying, talking on the phone, or we ain't, you know what I'm saying, we can't get on mommy nerves right now because he ain't gonna let us, you know what I'm saying? Because they might let it slide. It's like, no, grown folks talking, go in the room. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you say that, that's what comes to mind, what I hear just in general, like the structure of just some things, like people don't really respect it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, because in this day and time, what I really realized, that's structure is a masculine quality. And I don't think people understand that. Like, you know, so it's feared, because a lot of men wasn't in the house. Like, from like our generation just alone, big brother era to your generation, the men was gone in my shit. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that was there, a lot of them really was misguiding a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now, for me, that's where the whole idea of saying Jersey's Newest O.G., but not just for Jersey, but that's just because of where I'm at. But because, you know, and everybody always want to be the king or something. Like, nah, I'm going to be what I am. I'm going to be one of the OGs. It is what it is.
That come with it.
Yeah. So it's just about, for me, the information that I was given late or wasn't given at all, that I'm just, you know what I'm saying, I'm just getting. I want to make sure the generation behind me get it, whether that be in my peer group, 5-10 years younger, kids, nieces, nephews, whatever, you know. But it's like, that's what I hear a lot when you speak. I hear a lot about structure being in place.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like it comes like that because that's honestly how I was raised. Like, I was raised by a God-fearing, church-attending woman and a no-nonsense man. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to tie a tie when I was 9 years old. Like, he had that walk when he coming up the stairs. You know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could just hear the creaks in the floor. Especially don't let it be a day where you had a bad day in school, man. Oh my God.
And he got to come check you about it.
Oh my God. No, he lived in the house. He didn't have to come. Like, he was coming home from work at
meaning
about
like,
10:30.
Meaning like, when I say that, meaning like he had to come and sit. He had to come talk to you about it, like when he got home, type shit. Because it was that.
If you want to call it a talk, you can call it a talk. Something was going down, though. That's for sure. And I never forget one time, man. This is why, sometimes I appreciate the way that I grew up, even though it wasn't rough. I had a great childhood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up rich, nothing like that. But my cousins, my brothers, they all played the factor in me having a great childhood. My aunts, my uncles, you know what I'm saying? We ain't had much, but what we had was ours, and we made motherfucking fun from it. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't go to the skate rink every week, so what we threw on our skates and we skated in the hallway. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you do.
And we lived in a duplex house, 121 and 123. My father's side was in 123. My mother's side was in 121. I got 50 cousins in this one house. Mad aunts, mad uncles in this one house. Grandmother and grandfather on one side, grandmother on this side. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all had an army.
A whole one. Come in this yard if you want to.
Yeah, that's one of them type of situations.
You know what I'm saying?
When they be like the such and such family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how I grew up. And, man, from there, we knew we ain't have a lot, you know what I'm saying? So we made the best of it, man. We used to make mud pies in the backyard. That was the thing, you know what I mean? Going running outside with water in a little cup, pouring it in the dirt, mixing it up. We wasn't trying to eat it or nothing, but just, you know what I'm saying? We had fun, you know what I mean? We made the best of what we had. So I feel like I had a great childhood.
And it's crazy because out of the ones that you did that with, who probably can cook their ass off?
My sister, shout out to the chef.
See, you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing the transferable skill as you saying that, the joking of having fun, doing something imaginary just to compensate for time. So, who are some artists? Like, once again, like I want to know, like, what artists have you worked with, like, or engineered for that you see that's, some that might be still pursuing or doing well, or like just some artists that you came across, period.
Like locally or like
Locally, either or, even if it's period.
Shit, man, I work with a lot of people, man. You know how it is when somebody like play a song and you don't know where to start to think at. Like, it's one of them right now. But shit, let me think. I worked with shit, man. I did shit for Gunplay, for Maybach Music.
How was that?
It was cool. It was a shocker because I didn't even know that he was coming to the studio. I knew that the session was booked, and they normally booked in bulk, so they booked 30 hours. They was gonna do 10 each day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And they came to the studio. They knocked on the door. I opened the door. Bro walked in. Some other person walked in. I see Gunplay coming up the stairs from behind. It was like a swirl staircase. So I see his back, and I see the dreads at the time. Like, the fuck? I know he's some Florida joker because he got them.
Yeah.
What they call them wicks.
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
disrespect them.
I don't know. I ain't even know.
I think it's something like that. But you could tell a Florida cat.
You could tell a Florida joker from
Yeah.
their dreads.
Yeah.
Word up. But I believe they call wicks. But yeah, I seen his wicks, and I'm
Just
like
bouncing, dude.
Yeah, who the fuck is that? Joker turn around like, oh shit, that Gunplay. I messed up one time when I seen somebody that I was fake starstruck. You know what I'm saying? My brother checked me when the Joker left. He like, yo, bro, don't do that shit ever again. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't act like that when you see nobody. Man, like, so I held it down. I was just like, oh, it's good, bro. But in my mind, I'm like, oh,
You excited?
shit. All right, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Word up. So, yeah, it was cool. It was a different experience because I got an opportunity to really,
He was working with some artists locally.
yeah, he was working with artists, couple artists from North, producers from North.
I think I believe I know who he was working with too.
Yeah, Baby Homie.
Yeah.
They did an album. It's called Traffic. It was produced by Meek J. But I did the whole. I recorded the whole. That was the 30-hour session that we did. But yeah, I do a lot of stuff for my sis from Love and Hip Hop. She her own person though. You know what I'm saying? I hate saying it like Love and Hip Hop is just her all. You know what I'm saying? Because she do everything. But that's what a lot of people know her from. Her name Nia Lee. You know what I'm saying? I do a lot of her music and stuff like that. I did a lot of her music, videos and all that. Like, we got a personal relationship that's like really like my sister. You know what I'm saying? So,
Is there any artist that you've worked with where somebody else came through the studio? Well, out of all the multiple artists you work with, anybody ever came through and you played something, they were like, yo, who that? Like, yo, they dope. I want to like, yo, connect us. Like, I want to work with them or
yes,
something like
yes. And you know what's the messed up part about this, big bro? I've been telling this girl for a minute to get on Instagram, to get on TikTok, to do all this. And I don't know if she did it yet, but I ain't seen her. I ain't seen her on there. So you feel me? But I was playing this one song from one of my clients in the studio, and one of the OGs who be at the studio, he just walked in. He's like, yo, who the fuck? Like, he came in before I played the song. You know what I'm saying? So he heard whatever. I was probably watching the YouTube video, then he heard the song come on. He sat out there and listened to the whole song. When the song went off, he came in the room like, yo, who the fuck was that? I'm like, which one? He was like, the song you was just playing. It's called Chocolate. The name of the song called Chocolate. She fire, big bro. She from Trenton. She come all the way from Trenton up here. You know what I'm saying?
That's her therapy.
Word up. That's her
That's her
therapy. That's
therapy.
why I don't knock her.
You know what
So
I'm
when she
saying?
come, I make sure I put my best foot forward. But she come through, she do her thing, she do her 1-2. But like she get the most responses because I be listening to her music because it give you like certain vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like grown and sexy and shit like that. So I be in the stew cleaning up or something like that. I throw one of her little tracks on.
You know what I like for me when I listen to what's considered a local or up and coming artist.
Yeah.
What I like to what I would the vibe that I would like for it to give me is I don't want to feel I want them to take the whole idea of a up and coming or local artist
You looking
out
to
of
hear
my
a
head
hit.
when
I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean.
I hear a lot of people talk about music being negative, right? Speaking on negative shit. So tell me where in this day and age right now, a positive song is gonna get as much attention as any song. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I get, don't get me wrong. Now I know that there's some like some probably gospel rappers, stuff like that, but are they really get like just in general, just positive music, whether they rapping about God, whether they just rapping about business, whether they rapping about whatever, being a father, being a mother, whatever. Why that music don't get as much attention as the music that they claim is negative?
I think it's two major reasons for that. For one, it don't sell as much, and for two,
That's definitely number
yeah, ain't nobody trying to hear that because it's not gonna make no money for them. The big guys,
exactly.
you know what I'm saying? The big guys, they're not trying to hear that. But for two, it boils down to the artists themselves a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know how to and don't understand how to cater to their demographic. You know what I'm saying? Like you could talk about shooting the ops and all that and beating a nigga grandmother up. You could do all that in your songs. Just make sure that you're putting it towards the crowd that want to hear that.
Yeah.
They gonna come to a 40 and up hip hop show with KRS won the headline and they just got snuck in right quick to perform right before them. And they in there on the stage talking about some grah, shoot 'em up, bang bang. Nobody in this crowd's trying to hear that right now.
Nah.
They here for Chris.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They want
Soon
to
as
hear.
they hear that beat, that they like
You feel me?
in the mind, they gonna be thinking what KRS doing the drill record.
And you know what's gonna happen from that? It's 5,000 people in the building. 5,000 people gonna be calling you ass. That's not saying that you ass. That's just
in
saying
the
that
wrong
you
lane.
catered to the wrong demographic. Now you could have went to the freaking East Orange campus pep rally and did that same song. And you would have had 1,300 kids saying you're the hottest thing since sliced bread.
It's funny that you said that, Joe, because I do got a drill beat that I planned on doing a song to. But I always said to myself, if I ever did a drill song, I would want to go all out and do a video, but I would want the school bands in it. Like I would want to turn the drill to that. Because that's when I think of drill, like drill teams.
Yeah.
That was, you know what I'm saying? To kind of give it a different little spin, like, yeah, y'all the ops. Y'all niggas can't drill better than that. So they just in there getting that shit. Like, that's the shit that I think that's something that I think could help change it. You know what I'm saying? To an extent. But I don't think, but like you just said, when people say that, to be so negative, that's because it's an investment. Like, it's like, you don't go to the weed man to get sober.
Yeah, definitely.
So what the fuck? Like, people listen to music for different reasons, and like you said, they have different genres or different lanes that they listen to for different shit. Motherfucker might be mad. They might put on certain shit that cater to that feeling at that moment, but it helps them not
be mad.
Yeah, not really go do some shit.
Off.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely, yeah, that's just what it is.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's probably no way to change drill. It is what it is. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's drill music. When I think about drill music, I think about the first thing I hear in my head is fuck the ops. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a part of it. Like, it's always gonna be that. The only way you could change it and make another one, you know what I'm saying? Let it be cool to express yourself in different manners. Cause that's how drill came about. They was expressing themselves in certain manners. You know what I'm saying? It was so rough and rugged, nobody really wasn't never used to it. That's why it popped. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like in your face with it. Like, yo, this nigga Jamal Johnson is a bitch. And this, that, and you feel me? Like, that direct.
We don't know who Jamal Johnson is, by the way. We're just using hypotheticals, but you know, if there is one.
Shout out JJ. Shout out JJ. Well, I don't know no Jamal Johnson, but you feel me? But like it was such a direct in your face type of move that it caught the world by shock.
I guess, man, like we're gonna wind down. Shit, we covered a lot of different topics and definitely just the fact of you being an instrumentalist, like just that was very interesting, yo, and impressive. And like you said, you was brought up on a structure that I can actually see, and I actually know and made Allah make his grave spacious for him. You know, God or whoever he, prayed to me while he's in the grave, he's not being tormented. But I can see the structure that he brought to your life, just the way, like you said, how you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself, how you speak, and everything. Yeah. And I respect that. I definitely, and being considered an OG, I definitely want to make sure, you get your respect. You know what I'm saying? As they say, I'm giving you your flowers because I know your work. You know what I'm saying? And then to get to know a little more about you, it just makes you more impressive. But with that in closing, we got your boy Breeze. Y'all need any mixing, mastering going on, hit him up. You now tapped in with Nef Bezos, Jersey's Newest O.G, where we have uncommon conversations on the platform. And stay tuned. This is 1 and 9 Airwave Radio.
Say yes and we gon' get